Joining us now in the Continental Tire Coach's Corner, he's the head coach of the Georgetown Hoyas, Patrick Ewing, 19-14 on the year, lost in the first round of the NIT. Let's make way for one of the greatest players in basketball history. At center, Patrick Ewing.
Morning.
Yeah, look at you.
Good morning. Good morning.
You look like you could give me about 5 to 7 minutes right now.
No.
No?
Those days are long gone from me.
When's the last time you played basketball, like pickup?
It's been a lot of years. A friend of mine that went to Georgetown with, his grandmother used to always tell him that getting old ain't for punks. And my body has gotten old. So those days, I may get out there, might show a guy a move, but playing pickup, those days are long gone.
What is the singular highlight that you want us to show? Or if somebody says Patrick Ewing, that's the one highlight you would want us to see.
Well, I've been blessed to be playing basketball for a lot of years, but now I'm in the other phase of my life. I'm a coach. So I think right now I wouldn't want to show anything from me when I was playing. I've had a lot of great memories, I've done a lot of great things in terms of playing, but right now it's coaching. And, we've had two significant wins last year, which is beating Marquette and beating Villanova, two ranked teams at the time. So I guess those two things would be the highlight right now of my coaching career.
You had some fun freshmen this year. You had
Yes, we did.
You had a fun team there.
Yes, it's funny when I got here yesterday. A few folks was saying that to me. You had some great freshmen today. I said yes. When I started the year, I had hair. I had hair, but those guys, they're good and they're bad. They've had a great year for us. But there still was a learning curve. They still had to learn the difference between high school and college. And they believe, and which is why I recruited them, that they are that good that they're Superman. They can leap tall buildings with a single bounds. They won't make too many mistakes. And you had to, sometimes put them in their place, tell them they're young. The things that you got away with in high school, you cannot get away in college. And every level that you go up is going to be even that much harder.
I saw where Zion Williamson's going to have this bidding war between Nike and Adidas, maybe $100 million. What was your first shoe contract? Was that Adidas?
It was Adidas.
Yeah.
It was Adidas.
Do you remember what?
I don't even remember what the numbers were. It was between Nike and Adidas. And unfortunately, Adidas won out. I only wore the shoe for 2 years. Then they told me that you're not the player that we thought you were going to be. So they wanted to reduce my contract. So I said, no, just buy me out.
Wait, you weren't the player they thought you
right.
That
my first 2 seasons I got hurt. I played 52 games my first year, and I think I played right around the same my second year. But they just didn't think I was the player I was gonna be. So they didn't have faith.
Did you recruit Zion?
I tried.
Yeah.
I tried to. He was one of the best players in college basketball, but we didn't get close. I heard you talking to Coach Cal, and he got a lot closer than at least he got in the house. I wasn't able to get in the house.
You were outside looking through the window.
I'm like, let me in.
Calipari said Zion was better than what he thought, that he didn't know he was going to be this great.
I don't think no one knows how good a player is going to be. I mean, he was dominant for this year in college. No one knows how great he's going to be at the next level either. But he did have a dominant year. For a person that his size and can do the things that he can do, his quickness and all those things, it was remarkable. No one in college sports could stop him.
How would a 20-year-old Patrick Ewing go do against Zion?
Well, he had me. I think I was about 230 at the time, and he's 280. So
yeah, but you're 7 feet though.
He physically was a lot bigger than I was, but I was a lot more athletic then than I am now. So it would be a battle. We're definitely, and also my frame of mind was a lot different than a lot of kids these days frame of mind. I had that mentality that I'm going to do everything I can to stop it.
I didn't know that when you got recruited by North Carolina,
right,
and then you went there, and Michael Jordan is there when you're there. So you're both being recruited at the same time?
He had already signed.
Okay.
He had already committed, I should say. He already committed, and his sister was there looking at the school with his mom and dad. And that was one of the first times I got to meet him. And he has been talking trash from that day, and he still has not. Of course, every chance he gets, he rubs it in on, rubs salt on the wound that
you didn't go there.
I never beat him.
Yeah.
Never beat him. Didn't beat him in college. Didn't beat him in the pros. I have to suck up and yes, you're right.
But did you play pickup against Jordan in street clothes?
Yes.
On that recruiting trip?
Yes.
How did that work out?
He was like, you could never dunk on me. And I'm in street shoes, and I just rose up and said, come on, you're too small.
Also, when you held that press conference, when you said you were going to go to Georgetown, people thought Boston College. And then when you...
Half the room walked out.
So when you said Georgetown...
Half the room walked out. It's like, this room being filled with people, fans or reporters. And when I said my decision is to attend Georgetown, that half the room just got up and walked out.
But you changed the direction of college basketball.
Well, I just thought that I chose the right school in terms for me. And it was Georgetown and UCLA. UCLA was my second choice. But they let me get back on that plane. And I'm figuring it's a long flight from Boston all the way out here. But I just felt like I had a great career. I should have 3 championships, but it wasn't in the cards. I was fortunate enough to come away with 1. And I'm blessed about that.
Yeah, but I can understand why you didn't want to stay in Boston, because Boston wasn't nice to you in high school.
It wasn't.
And I didn't know if that played a role that maybe it was best for you to get out of Boston.
And not for that reason, I should say. I was a mama's boy. My mom, she collared me. She loved me, and I loved her. And I thought it was best for my development if I was to get away and become a man. And D.C. was far enough, but close enough. UCLA was just too far. And I made the right decision.
I think didn't we tell Reggie Miller that you were going to go to, Reggie was like, what? Like he didn't know that he was really, upset that you were going to go to UCLA. You could have played at UCLA when Reg was there.
I'm not sure if we would have played in the same. I think I'm a lot more older than him.
I think 1 year, maybe.
1 year.
Yeah.
So that he was one of the best shooting guards to come out of there. But
did you hate Reggie when you played against him?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. He and I didn't get to be friends till we did that spot for him is that movie that he was doing.
Oh, Uncle Drew.
No, not that one. The one about when they finally beat us, even though they only beat us that one.
Oh, the 30 for 30. Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's when we broke bread and we buried the hatchet.
But also, you were in Space Jams, the original Space Jams, right?
Right. And I got an Oscar for that, by the way.
Did you?
No, I didn't. I only wish.
Was Jordan a decent actor, do you think?
I thought he did a great job. It's funny because, he and I have gotten to be, friends throughout the years. And I thought he should have did a lot more movies, but he had enough money, he had enough fame. He didn't know.
He's doing okay.
Didn't need to do it. It didn't need to do it.
But you had Bird, you had Charles Barkley, Muggsy Bogues, Larry Johnson, Sean Bradley.
Yeah, we had a great cast.
I can't imagine.
We should have teamed up.
I can't imagine what that must have been like with playing games on the set of Space Jam.
I don't remember us playing games, but we did have fun. We hung out, we shot pool, we talked trash, and like I said, Michael is the biggest trash talker that you'd ever meet. Also Bird. Bird is one of both those two are the 2 biggest trash talkers you would ever meet.
But does he trash talk Jordan and vice versa? Do they,
Oh, yeah.
Oh, they do? Okay.
Oh, definitely.
Because I thought they might, out of respect
Oh, no.
You know, that they're both great Hall of Famer
There's
trash
definitely
talkers.
respect,
Okay.
but they're still going to talk trash.
I just remember when Jordan and we were at a golf tournament, and Mike is giving Charles so much grief.
Oh.
He said, you know, hey, how many championships you got?
That's his ace in the hole.
And we're all sitting there, and it gets a little serious because Mike is pouring it on. How many times you beat me? Like, it just was like and then Charles couldn't. And you know, Charles never had a loss for words.
Right.
Charles he couldn't fire back.
You know, that's, like I said, that's his ace in the hole. That's the last thing he's gonna bring out. You know, but
Imagine if you had beaten Carolina.
Oh, you know, we should have.
I know.
We should have. We were right there. But, you know, like I said, it wasn't in the cards for us. You know, James, if it wasn't for James Worthy, everybody talk about Michael and how great Michael was. If it wasn't for James Worthy, I would have 2 championships.
Damn, man, James Worthy. Yeah, people forget because Worthy was a better college player or thought of than Mike.
Right.
And even Perkins was a great college player as well.
You're absolutely right. But the one that we didn't have anyone to stop was James Worthy.
Yeah.
He was too big, too quick. I think he had 30-something points against us. Everyone else we held relatively in check, but we didn't have anyone to stop him.
Yeah, Mike got left open and hit a jumper.
Hit that shot.
Yeah.
And that was the start of it.
It's always great to see you. Proud of what you did at Georgetown. Hopefully you're in the NCAA tournament next year.
Well, I'm hoping.
Yeah.
I'm hoping. You know, we take it one step at a time.
He's Patrick Ewing, the Georgetown head coach.
For more Dan Patrick Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV or download the Dan Patrick Show app.